G'day guys, Scotty Lyons here from The Hook and the Cook, and welcome back to our channel. Yes, it's early morning. I'm down on the Port Hacking River. We're heading out today with Dave Austin, Mr Squid, to get amongst some big calamari. Got a few boys joining us. It should be a good day, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. Here comes Dave.
Good morning.
Morning Dave, how are we going?
Great, yourself?
Excellent mate, looks like a good day. Fire away,
Great.
Dave.
Alright, so what we're doing here today, guys, is we're chasing squid in what I sort of call semi-offshore sort of waters. So we're going outside the heads here. We'll be going outside the heads here with Scotty on his green machine. And we'll be chasing squid anywhere from about 8 to 10 metres right up until probably today 25, 30 metres, I think, Scotty, today. What do you reckon?
Yeah, 25, 30 metres is probably the deepest spots we fish, I suppose.
That'll be today, yeah, with the wind.
Yep.
Nor'wester predicted.
Nor'west is good.
The idea here is, what we want to actually do is get our jigs straight down to the bottom. And don't be scared of snagging the jigs, right? I've got enough jigs there to last us. If you lose some, you lose some. I'd rather see you guys pulling up kelp from the bottom, because that's where the squid will be today. You know, during the day as the sun comes up, they're not going to be sitting mid-water in 25 metres. They're going to be down there. They may follow your jig up from the bottom when they see it, but they definitely won't just be cruising around with all the kingies chasing them and, you know, all the things that want to eat them out there. So the idea here is we're going to be drifting. So as we drift, the faster we drift, the more likelihood is your jig's going to rise up in the water column. So that's where we have to overcompensate, lifting up the bow arm and just keep getting it down. It's quite different to fishing land-based if you do any of that sort of stuff. We're running a ball sinker down to a snap swivel onto a squid jig. The only reason for the snap swivel there is for the convenience of changing colours if one colour's not working, or if this guy's caught 4 squid on a red jig and you're using a pink one, you might want to change quickly. So it's more for convenience, because as you're drifting, you're going over that zone, and if you're drifting too quick, by the time you sort of wait and time you're over the reef, then we've got to go back and do another drift over it. So just remember, always hit the bottom. No weed, no feed. I want to see you pulling up kelp on your jigs today. If you don't do that, you don't pass the test.
Give us a look at some of your jigs, Dave, we're going to be using today.
The jigs that we'll be using today, these ones have been selling really, really good. Where are they? That one's one of my favourites. The blackjack. Where's that pink one? Everyone loves a pink squid jig. Okay, so these are our jigs built by Owner Japan. So we'll be trying to get them on a squid today. This one here, it may not be the prettiest out of the bunch, this blackjack here, but that one's probably the best producer from what my customers are saying. All of them do catch, but that one seems to be a bit of a favourite for some reason. So you go through stages. Sometimes you like one colour, then you move on to another colour. But so yeah, built by Owner Japan, made exclusively for us, and yeah, they've been selling really, really good. So check out the website if you want to purchase some of them. They're 3.0s. I prefer to use 3.0 jigs and 3.5. Do you guys understand the squid jig sizes?
No, just give us a rundown on that. Is that the weight, is it? Or
the 3.0 is basically the length of a jig. So where that one's a 3.0, something like that is a 3.5. So it's a difference in size, and they do vary across different brands. Just excuse me, I'm a bit messy there. So that's basically a 3.5. So side by side, you can see there's a bit of difference in length.
a larger jig, so it's the length, is it, not the weight?
No, the weight on that one's 22 grams, but you can get a 3.5 in. I've had 3.5 jigs released a few years ago in 17 grams, so they can vary in weight. So what you're looking for, if you've got a 3.5, let's say in a 17 gram, it's going to sink slow. If you've got a 3.5, and that's without added extra weight. If you've got a 3.5, that's 22 grams, it's going to sink a lot quicker. So the heavier one you'd be using in deeper water. So let's say if you're fishing land-based, you'd be going for 6 to 7 meters with something like a 22 gram 3.5. And in shallow water, you'd want to be going something that's going to sink slower. So you want to go a lighter weighted jig. These 3.8s here, land-based, that's what you'd probably call a normal sink rate, 3.5 to 5 seconds per meter. And these ones weigh 15 grams, I'm pretty sure. I should know my own product, but yeah, 15 grams it says on there. And they're a really good they're a really good standard jigs, middle of the range. So, you know, and then look, if you're fishing in windy conditions, what I sometimes do is I just do the same thing. I'll probably put a smaller ball sinker land-based, just to keep a bit more tightness when when the wind's blowing side on with you. But yeah, today
I actually the other day fishing an offshore trip, it was quite a rough day, windy day, and I actually anchored on one of our spots and anchored in about 10 metres, hung back into about 15 metres,
Yep.
and I put a guy with a squid jig up the front and got him to toss that around. We ended up getting 5 nice squid. So it sort of turned the day around for us, and we got a couple of good squid, so that was quite interesting.
when you're
on the
anchored
anchor.
up. Well, yeah, you can definitely tell.
Couldn't drift, it was way too fast.
Yeah, well, that's what you'd probably have to do. And then the thing is, even if you left one of your rods in a rod holder, as the boat would be swinging on anchor, it'll be moving that jig around the bottom. And
Yeah, we were fishing baits out the back of the boat. So I got him to cast towards the shallower section of the reef and then let the jig and work the jig down the drop off.
Yeah.
And yeah, it worked really well. We had squid on the first cast, and then we, over the next 10 minutes we got another 3 or 4. So it was just a little method that can work if it's too windy.
Correct, but you don't want to anchor up in fishing outside. You don't want to anchor up if you don't have an appropriate boat in big swells either.
Oh, 100%.
So yesterday the swell was small.
Oh, common sense on the day.
Of course, and what you do get is when you're casting like that.
What did I have for that? Oh, $200 was too big for the dog. If I want to run it, it's $200. How many have you got? You don't got more. You're going to go on one stand. It's the word stand. You have to do things for people. Alright. You want it though.
Okay, we've just started our first drift, and bit of experimentation. And
Keep going. You got him.
yeah, we've got a squid on up the front.
We've got 2. That's it.
We've got 2 on.
You got 2 on. Keep winding up.
Now this is our first drift,
The test drift, Scotty.
the test
You lost
drift.
it.
We always do a test
We lost
drift
this one. Okay.
just to work out which way you're travelling.
Yeah, we've got another one.
And
Scotty,
another one
first
down the
drift.
back here,
Don't worry.
just to work out which way you're drifting with tide, wind and current.
Right, you there? So what you want to do is you want to leave over a rod length and a half of line out.
Yeah.
And I've got to be able to reach the line so I can get him up. And it's a nice small one. And there you go. Gaint Squid Jig. Look guys, small squid 3.0. So Ramiro, you want to use your 1.8s. That's a
Nice
good
work.
size kingy bait there, Hole. We've got another one over there, Scotty. Just keep it in the water, keep it in the water.
Keep the tension on him.
Now what you want to do is, you want to leave a rod length and a half, just keep it there. Keep a rod length and a half of line out there. And then let me be able to get this.
On again.
On again.
Yeah, that's about it.
And another one on here. So our first drift is producing well.
On the eggy head owner jig, Scotty.
Now, the first squid was on a black jig, Dave,
And this one's on an orange.
and that one's on
So
a
there goes your colour
bright-
theory straight away. And his one's on
bright
a
orange.
red or a... He's trying to
Do you
bite me.
reckon it's action?
Sorry?
Do you reckon it's action?
Huh?
Yeah? Do you reckon it's
Just
action?
keep working that
Just
rod.
keep working your
That's
rod.
enough, that's enough, I'll get him up. This one might fall off because he's on the candle. So, I think he's going to fall off or he's going to squirt me, so we've got to make a decision here, Scotty. No, we got him.
Nice, we got him. They're only little squid.
Little one so
First,
far, first
yeah.
drift. Set the hook. Get him down to the bottom. So,
Nice
so
start,
far,
Dave. Nice start.
we only got one more guy to go and I think he's on now. Set your hook, set your hook, set your hook. No?
No.
All right.
Gorgeous morning out here.
You've got to keep it down the bottom.
So, Dave, we've got a few in the boat already.
Nice.
We've got another one on here.
I'll just try to get it around that motor first.
Here he comes.
Hang on. Oop. Can I get your rod? Drag him around here.
Here he goes.
This is the advantage, Scotty, of having guys don't like big rods. This is an 8'7" rod, and look how we can get around the motor there, Scotty.
Yeah, just the length of the rod.
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
So then now, just let me. Can I get that? Every colour's working today. We're gonna let this one go.
Yeah, you can let this go now.
We'll let him go for the camera. There we go. Oh, he wants to go.
There he goes.
Over here. Oh, look at that eggy head blackjack. That's my favourite out of the bunch. Look, he's a good squid too, this one.
Is that the silhouette style jig, yeah?
Another good one.
What's the foil underneath that
Well done.
one's a gold.
Two good squid in a row. On the gold, black jig, but gold foil underneath.
Gold UV foil, that one, the blackjack. That's got to be one of the better producers. Dylan Hanna on Instagram. Have a look at his photos. He's got some absolute cracker shots with that one. We've got another one just there. Scott, I'll pump this one in.
Yep.
Have a look at this one, guys. Look at this.
That's the best one so far.
Get this one over here.
You're actually inspiring me.
And here comes another one on the orange. Now, so one on the black jig.
That's a red one, this one.
And one on the red or orange.
This one's called Tomato Mateo, named after my latest. That's a good size squid too. We've got another one. Oh, we've got another one. Sorry. Scott, have a look at that rod
And
there. NS black hole rod, that one over there.
And another squid on. So we're really amongst them at the moment. Nice work, good squid.
All right, so you just take it easy. Remember, leave about a rod length and a half. And you're going to move back so I can get the line and to get it.
I ate my burley.
And
Set your hook, set your hook, set your hook.
another one down the back.
Set the hook. Is he pulsing? Got him, let him. Yeah, he's got an eye. So, boom, that's about
good
9 or
day
10
so
squid.
far, Dave.
I told you, mate. No one does, they call me OJ Hooker. Nobody does it better.
Probably not the reason why they call you LJ.
Hey, we've got a follower here. Who's got a jig? We've got a
Put jig
follower.
out behind it. We've got a follower.
Stop every colour in this range of eggy head owner jig Scotty has caught today in 2 drifts. And we've got another one behind you. Look, Scotty.
We're on again up the front.
There's a follower behind you, so just drop it there. This one might fall off, but there we go on the orange jig.
The jig, and we've got one coming in behind you, Dave. You've got to
No,
work.
don't lift, hey, leave him in the water, leave him in the water. Chris, hang on.
Coming round.
Let me get access to it. I need to get that line, dude. Dude, I need to get that line. I can't
I'm
reach.
just trying to move back.
That's all right.
Remember, I'm just going to be a slow prick. Yeah?
We're recording. Shh, don't sweat.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
That was on the pink.
That was on the pink. And look, the other colour over there.
And we're back on the black up the front.
All right, so every colour in the egg owner range is produced today. Nice and easy. Stop. Can you let out a bit more?
This is continual filming, all these squid, and that's just coming up to 3 minutes. This little segment I've just
We've
started
got about
filming.
we're over the 10 mark in 2 drifts, Scotty.
Another nice.
Oh, this one's gonna fall off. I think he's. Hang on, I can't reach him. Hang on. No, we got him. All right.
My God, Dave. You earned the name, man.
That's why.
Just turn him sideways.
Sorry, let me just grab that one. Okay, here you go. That's a nice. That's not even the biggest one, but he's all right. It's good size, mate. It's a good feed in him. Some nice calamari rings.
So we've done a couple of drifts already, and we've got about 15 squid in the box, I think.
More than that,
And
Scotty.
more than that, Dave's telling me. Dave over there is telling me that. So we've got a good squid on down the back here, and
Have we?
the technique we're using is very simple. Just drifting across the reefs, getting it down nice and deep. Photo bombing me there. Yeah, so just drifting across the reefs, getting the jigs down as close as you can to the bottom. Scratching the kelp is pretty important.
Stop there.
Here he comes along. Looks like we've got a big cuttlefish on.
Stop there. Hey,
Wasn't
can I just
a,
get you to hold the rod, hang on.
It wasn't
He's got a sore back.
a squid at all.
Are we going to let him go?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we'll let him go. On the flamingo Mio jig there. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll just...
He's a good size. Oh, fuck you. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that.
Far out, I can't. He doesn't want to go. Hang on, just wait. He's too far hooked. We're going to have to get him out. Hang on.
Okay, so we've lifted the squid into the boat. Couldn't get him off in the water. Dave's just going to release him now.
And no wing. That's blood.
They only did for 1 year, Scotty, so
Yeah, beautiful.
he's not going to get eaten. We'll let him go. He's got a bit of air in him, but he'll eventually swim down. There he goes. He'll swim down.
Once you get that big bone in him.
Yeah. He's just getting some air in him. He'll get down.
Okay, we just moved locations,
Keep it rod tip up.
and looks like we've got another big cuttlefish on. Oh, he's a jumbo. Real big cuttlefish, this one. Wind up more. Just wind up more.
He's got it nice and easy.
Oh, he's a big cuddly, Dave.
I know.
Look at that of him.
They get
I
big.
won't do the same thing as last time.
Oh, this is twice the size of that one.
Yeah.
Look at the size of this guy.
Wow.
Nearly got me.
Guys, don't go all come on this side of the boat. Scotty, I'm going to get him up in the net, and then we're going to take him out because I don't want to hurt him too much, all right?
Yeah, good idea.
They don't live for long enough. Let me just grab this net.
So we're just gonna net this guy, and then lift him into the boat, and then take the jig out of him.
Yeah, I want to sort of lift him, but I don't want him to squirt me.
There he is.
Look how big he is, guys.
Wow. Jeez, look at that.
I don't want to try to hurt him too much. Can we get someone to get that jig out, Scotty?
Just move your head back for a second. Just turn it. Yeah.
Let's let him go. Get that jig out nice and... Oh, he's trying to hold onto the boat. Oh, no, he's trying to crawl.
He doesn't want to let go.
Let go, buddy. Let go. Let go. He's not letting go. Let him just go nice and gentle. This. Look how big, beautiful. What a cool creature.
Away he goes. Hey guys, we've had a good day out here on the water today on our Southern Calamari charters with Dave Austin, Mr Squid. Have a look at some of the squid we've caught. They're absolute rippers. Look at that.
Just trying to get it in the sun there.
Yeah, lovely. Dave's just behind the camera at the moment for me, and we've got over 20 in here. Some real nice ones. There's a real good one. Look at him, beautiful. All right, excellent. No worries. We'll let him go back in there. You on with that? So guys, we've had a good day. You guys had a good day today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, it's been fun. Caught some squid. Had a lot of fun. Picked up some new tips and stuff along the way.
Guys, wait for the camera. Rick, Peekaboo, and Nicholas.
That's a good one. Well, thanks Dave for another good day.
No problem.
Excellent. Now guys, tune in next week for another fantastic clip on the Hook and the Cook. Please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And we'll see you guys on the water somewhere next week. Cheers.